Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Environmental Coffee House. I am Sandy Shallis, and it's great to see you all tonight for the show that's going to be interactive. We've already tested a few people, and I want to start out by telling you that this show was inspired by a follower named Sat1, but it also was inspired by a video I saw, and then I made one. I hope that you all saw the video that I made because that's really what prepares you for the show. And I'm going to say hi to Tony. Hi, Tony. Hello, Kim. Thank you for moderating. T-Bone and Rich and Tragic Events. Hello, Sat. This is the person. Here is my inspiration. Whoever you are, you have inspired me greatly. And if you're not the person I think you are, well, I wish you were. Hi, Caleb. Hi, Steve. Hi, Earl. Hi, Kay and Mark and Lisa. She's going to probably join. And BB. Everybody that's here. This is great. Christine, great. It's growing. So I'm going to start before anybody joins. I'm going to start by reading the piece on hi Jen and hi Gary, by the way, and Jackie and Poppy. All right. I'm going to start by reading the piece, the comment. And the comment went with the video. And please, I hope you all watched my last Friday night's video. Because this show is doomer, depressed collapsitarian, activist, prepper. Can we be all of them? Are we all of them? Does it matter? Do labels matter? But let's go for the comment. Let me read this first before people join. Okay. And Scott's here. Good. All right. So I'm going to read this first. Bad Empanada. That's the channel that I am inspired by. But the person is Sat 1, 2, or 12, or whatever you want to say. So here we go. Let's start. Climate policy recommendations according to an activist, which Bad Empanada puts themselves to. Now, this person is telling me they're not this channel. But if they are this channel, they are a historian extraordinaire. According to depressed collapsitarians, according to doomers, and then notable mention is prepper, which was added after I made the video. So bad empanada, which is the activist position, which is a lot of positions I've been in, in my life, and I am now. I am now. But this is what they write. Extinction Rebellion may be imperfect, but are heroic for engaging in direct action recommendations. Get angry, support political action to, number one, nationalize all energy industry. Two, a nationalized mandated transition to renewables and nuclear. Three, mandated transition from private cars to more public transportation. Number four, developed nations must help developing nations in effort to limit climate change. Now, B, depressed collapsitarians. One, they find other people to share your depression with. Two, they develop humor and wit. And three, they mope and moan. And if you guys remember, I did make a video called Depressed Collapsitarian a couple weeks ago, and I edited it on the fly. So that's part of this too. All right. Because I was asking the question. All right. So we are now to doomers. Fatalistic, pessimistic, defeatist. They chastise people who do not believe that in a short time conditions will not be worth living, on planet Earth. And the situation is undeniably irreversible. Or they ridicule anybody with futile ideas to try to mitigate climate change other than sterilization of humanity, which is antinatalism in a way, pretty much. Well, it is. Three, enjoy life while you still can. All right. Now, D, most notable mention is prepper, formerly known as survivalists. And the prepper may have views on environmental policy, but what makes them a prepper regards only their philosophy on what to do after disasters. The philosophy is to carefully plan in advance how to survive as an individual, family, or group, stockpiling supplies, acquiring emergency medical techniques, self-defense training, long-term stockpiling of food, water sourcing, alternatives, prepared to build shelters, etc. So the question arises. Now, pay attention, guys. Can you be all three? A, B, and C. Can you be all three? A depressed collapsitarian is merely a tongue-in-cheek description of an emotional state. Now, he's talking to me. You've already said that. You or she, maybe. It could even be a she. You have already said you are not a depressed type, and you don't appear to be. Even Sam Bone Littletail, while claiming depressed, is only depressed occasionally. What depressed person says frequently that it's a spectacularly gorgeous, over-the-top, beautiful day? He would be more accurately described as temperamental collapsitarian. That fits perfectly, but depressed elicits more sympathy. So it's better. It's better marketing, I guess. Manic collapsitarian, perhaps. He's also much more industrious than a typical depressed person who is usually in a state of inertia, lying in bed for most of the day. So what is a collapsitarian? It's merely a doomer. So being a depressed collapsitarian is virtually the same as a depressed doomer. These are more than compatible. They are basically the same thing. Depressed this or that cannot be taken seriously as a philosophy or a political position. It's like saying you're a sad socialist or a sad environmentalist. It's just silliness. Nobody wants to be depressed. It is pure suffering in actuality. I suppose it could be the name of a therapy group. Putting ER at the name of a philosophy makes it sound inappropriately cute. So basically the question is, can one be a doomer and an activist at the same time? But before we get to that, there is also the pseudo-doomer. The pseudo-doomer is not completely convinced that life on planet Earth will soon be worth not living, but they still say they are a doomer for what may be a variety of reasons, to try to scare people into action, for the sheer fun of scaring people, to join a community of people that like to call themselves doomers, etc. But let's talk about the real doomer. By definition, doomer. Doom is premature death or conditions so bad that life is not worth living. Now, Sam of Collapse Chronicles believes this. He is a true doomer. So is this compatible with being an activist? Obviously not. It is intrinsic to being a doomer that action is a waste of energy and all we could do is enjoy life while we still can. That activism is merely kicking the can down the road. Yep, just kicking that can down the road. And doing so, merely extending the period of human activity that is the very thing destroying the planet. Ironically, this attitude overlaps with those who are on the opposite side of the spectrum, who also say efforts to save the planet are a waste of time because impending environmental crisis is greatly exaggerated. So if Trump gets reelected, if he were to covertly support doomers, it might make sense, since doomers preach that taking action to try to save the planet, short of sterilization of humanity, is useless. Now, being a doomer is a cute way of being a fatalistic pessimist. It's a philosophy, a belief. It's a belief because it's unscientific to be absolutely certain about the future. If you are serious about being a doomer, right, say to yourself once in a while, I'm a fatalistic pessimist. Schopenhauer was proud to be a pessimist and expounded on it. Absolutely expounded on it. Doomer sounds cuter, but if conditions get bad, people won't have time for cuteness or philosophies that are pure rhetoric with no practical use. Then we come to the prepper. The prepper does not care about philosophy so much. They often believe there will be societal collapse, but they don't resign themselves to what most doomers say. Quote, I'll just commit suicide if things get that bad, unquote. The prepper says instead, I'm going to be one of the ones that survives this. These different philosophies may also correspond to some extent with age. The older person may feel that they are no longer strong enough to fight for survival and that they have lived out most of their life anyway. So doomer becomes a proxy for quitting. So what'd you think of that one? Yeah, that's a pretty wild comment, and I just wanted to show you this is the person that inspired me in the first place for the whole mess is this guy, Bad Empanada. That's him on the bottom, and I used him in my video. And I think, let's see if this works. I'm going to play a little piece and see if you can hear it. Okay. Tell me if you can hear it. I hope you can. Oh, wait. You might not be able to. Hang on. I got to fix something. All right. Activates. Okay. Now let's see if you can hear it. I hope you can hear it. Tell me if you can't. There's always some kind of shit. Can you hear it? Okay, you can't hear it. All right, hang on. If you can't hear it, I'm going to do something else. It's always something with this goddamn shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but I'm going to play it then on the big screen, and I'm going to go back. I'm so sorry. You see, I have it all set up perfectly, and then something always screws up. So we'll do it this way.
Elves had a lot of their coastline
I'm
in
gonna,
their own country, largely by the that it's going to be avoidable. If you've seen
Okay.
Waterworld, imagine Kevin Costner's Waterworld, but with 50% of the world enveloped by the sea instead of all of it. That's what we're going to be living in. There's going to be so many auxiliary effects of the effects of climate change on politics, on society, not even just talking about the direct, immediate material effects. Like, what effect is like millions upon millions of people desperately leaving island nations, for example, going to have on the politics of the rest of the world, on the society of the rest of the world, and the economies of the rest of the world? Are they just going to fucking kill them? What's going to happen? Who knows? These are all these questions that we're going to have to deal with, because there's literally no fucking way at this point that countries just randomly going to commit to what needs to be done to stop catastrophic climate change. Doesn't matter how much activism people do at this point. It's not going to happen. There's not going to be the needed socialist revolution. 55% cuts by 2030 for 1.5 degrees Celsius to be possible. This comes from the UN IPCC, by the way, which is like the most important global advisory body on climate change. So yeah, we're kind of fucked. What's gonna happen?
All right. So that was Bad Empanada. And now we are ready to really start the show and talk about, hopefully you'll be able to remember everything that I read, you guys. And if anybody wants to join, fine, you know. So I think we had some people, and then I'm going to pull up the information so that I can see it and we can talk about it. So who's going to join us first? I would like to definitely talk about this. I mean, I could talk about it because directly I made the video that was about being a depressed collapsitarian. All right, well, Lisa's joining us, so let me get Lisa up. And hi, Lise. Hello, Lise.
Hi.
Now let me get your name. I don't know why it was showing earlier, and now it is not showing. Welcome, Lisa. All right, welcome, Lisa. I'm probably going to play with making things, changing things a little around here.
Hi.
Hi, tell everybody hi. And we've got a guest in the green room. We've got Fat Boy, and let's fix his picture. And we're going to have us a conversation. Definitely. So, what did you guys think of that comment? What did you think of the comment?
Which,
Oh,
which one?
Rollinswitch. Oh, you got to be a little bit lower, and I've got to make let me make the screens a little bit smaller. Sorry, my software is not that sophisticated, guys. It's really not. I mean, it's good software, but uh-oh.
Oh,
Hey, 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 hey.
ooh,
Whose is that? Uh-oh. All right, let me get a setup. I'm not like on Zoom. You know, Zoom you can have a lot of people, and this you can't. So, hey Lisa, do we have you on twice?
I don't know
It says
I'm,
guest
I'm
Lisa
in.
twice.
there.
All right, I'm trying to get everybody on, and we have. Okay, now we have
Whoa.
Rollinswitch. Hello, Rollinswitch. Oh, we're gonna have a conversation. Can everybody hear? I don't know,
I
Lisa. I got you on twice.
What'd
Hello,
I do?
Rollinswitch. How are you?
am I still on
Hey,
twice?
okay. Can you
Nope,
hear
you're
me?
on once. Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear
Good.
you. Oh, this is great. This is great. See, I got to fix the
Whoa.
screen. Nope. What happens is I lose people. Yeah, this software, it needs to be a little, they need to do some tweaking, but I really like it. And I think we lost Lisa, so she'll come back. Okay, here she comes. All right. So let's have this. Oh, I see. God damn it. Why is this happening? I really want to start this. Guys, start talking. Tell me what you think.
Oh,
And I think we can only have 3 on at a time, Lise. I don't know why. Let me add you. I did
am
I'll
I,
add you.
go. I'll go.
Come
Bye.
back.
I
Come
will.
back. All right, come back.
I don't know.
Because
I'm
I'm not
only going to
sure.
be on for a short
All
period of
right,
time.
here we are. This is Fat Boy
Yes.
and Rollinswitch. It's really nice to meet you. And I am
Hey,
Sandy.
Sandy,
So
how are you?
take it away because I don't want to be the only one talking.
Well,
What did you
what a
think?
delay.
Who would like to
Um,
start?
which of the comments do you want me to refer to?
What do you want to refer to? This is your show.
Well,
This is what you want to talk about.
um, on the whole, I enjoyed looking at all his various classifications, but I thought they were overly intellectualized and kind of distant from really being involved.
Okay. And can you expound on that a little bit?
Well, for instance, I'm
Yes.
definitely a collapsitarian, but I'm not depressed, and I don't feel like blaming anybody or getting upset about things. I'm not quite sure where I fit into his classification scheme.
Okay. What about my question? All right. So you
I,
say you're a doomer?
nope, I'm a
No, you're not a doomer.
collapsitarian. By his definition, I'm not a
Collapsitarian.
doomer. I'm a happy collapsitarian.
Isn't it funny? Because now we're all thinking about, whoa, 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 what are I? What
What
are
am
I?
I?
What am
Um,
I? How do I fit? What do you think, Rollinswitch? It's really nice to meet you, by the way.
Well, it's nice to meet you too, Sandy. You know what I
Hi.
think?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I think. I have a whole bunch of notes here to read if you want to hear them.
Oh, we do. Absolutely, we do.
Okay, let me get back to them, and it's going to take me a couple seconds.
And Lisa, I'm sorry. It's it's a couple at a time tonight. Could be because we're having a storm.
um, let me make a comment while World Switch is looking up his
Okay.
information. Uh,
Absolutely.
Now, I may have missed something that he said because part of it I wasn't sure if I was hearing it, but it seemed like the first thing he was concerned about was sea level rise. Is that correct?
You mean in his video?
Right. In
Yeah,
his
he
video.
was definitely saying that what's going to happen is coast countries with coastal areas and countries that are island nation and a lot of the global south will end up having to migrate and most likely be killed or slaughtered or shot or
Right.
wrangled up by the northern countries who won't want them.
And I agree with that, but I think it's if I were to begin with something to be concerned about, I wouldn't have picked ocean rise as the most troublesome element
And why is that?
because I think heat is going to be the first element that we have to deal with. It's going to cause much more suffering than what will happen with ocean rise in the island states.
Heat.
I
Heat.
mean,
Yes,
already
it's happening
heat in
now.
heat in northern Africa could kill 90 million people in the next few years.
And that's what we're dealing with right now.
That's right.
Is heat. I mean, it was 89 degrees here, which is like, it doesn't sound like it's anything. But I was out
Yeah,
in the
it's
garden,
100 here today.
out in the garden being a non-depressed collapse. My body is a collapsitarian. How's that?
So is mine. The
All right,
mind,
it looks
the
like
mind is good. The body is collapsing.
the mind is good. Yeah. It looks like
Uh,
our friend Rollinswitch, which is so great to
Okay.
meet you, is
hey,
ready.
yeah, I'm ready. There's a bit
All
of a
right.
delay, so I don't know if this is going to sync, but
All
oh, thank
right.
you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Okay. As far as a nationalized transition to green, well, let's start at the beginning. Actually, human mentality exists in a broad spectrum, not in just small boxes with labels. People are quite trainable.
Lame.
It can vary from day to day, year to year, decade to decade. Some people can even learn new things. However, you may bump up against a lack of reasoning and cognitive ability in a large percentage of the population. Emotion does drive a lot and must be taken into account. Otherwise, any effort will just meet an immutable wall. I heard Nate Hagens say that 70% of the people are sensory, meaning that they pretty much have to see and feel and hear what is happening in order to actually believe it. Sounds to me like that
Ah.
would be really
Yeah,
too
I
late for
agree.
the existential crises we are now having. The other 30% are capable of abstract reasoning to a large degree and probably are the initial target for any effort to make a global civilizational change. But all that aside, come on, let's get back to our boxes. I don't think we have enough. Where are the cornucopians? Where are the ecotech wizards? Where's the average person located in this labeling system? They don't have the time or energy to even contemplate, let alone understand and filter out all the garbage being sent at them from the so-called quality information we get. Where does the media, the mainstream media, come in those boxes? What are they called? Their information, if you can call it that, is being streamed 24/7 across vast numbers of people, giant energetic communication systems. What do we call them other than possibly nasty words? We need some new boxes and some new names to make the set complete or more complete. As far as the activists go, do they clearly and repetitively question and test their activism? Is it effective? What is it actually accomplishing? Is it based on emotion, which is a large component of the human mind? Is it harmful or more harmful than good? Or just is it a waste of time? Any activity should be rigorously and repeatedly examined for validity. One can plant a single tree and say that is beneficial. When one plants many trees, one must be very careful because it could disturb the regional ecology, especially if it is a homogeneous planting or does not fit the wild nature that is there already. But I won't belabor that point. As far as nationalized transition to green, and I say that in quotes, energy and nuclear, I have to ask the question, to what end? What's the goal? To continue slightly different but highly destructive civilization so that we can have our coffee makers, toasters, electric cars, electric trains, or whatever. We just keep doing pretty much this what we do now, poison the planet, take over the planet. Well, we already have taken over the planet to a large degree, and nothing is stopping us other
Nothing.
than limits to growth. If we were to find some almost infinite energy source, infinite over time, that fits our desires, where would that lead? What's the point? Where are we going? When I see a plan based upon nature as a whole, upon all of the living beings on this planet, one that takes into account that we are not the only species worth anything, then I might go along with it. if it is sufficient to put in place a long-term and not disposable system, which is one we have now, if it is not just another set of traps and box canyons and geographies of nowhere, to use Kunstler's term, and we have a starting point. Any religion or system of civilization that is not based on the wider view of nature rather than a human view of nature in the world is going to be destructive, dead-ended, and just not work over any extended period of time. Of course, we can get away with things for a while, but this battle with the world has to end. Grasshoppers, birds, shrews, humans do not exist in a vacuum. No man is an island. It means no living creature exists in isolation. Physical isolation means death. Mental isolation causes madness. A model of modern civilization. And then on to the next point. Mandating public transport over private. Again, what's the point? I can show that private cars can be much more efficient than passenger trains. So if efficiency and lower energy use is the point, then that fails. I can even show that under our current circumstances, bicycles are not as efficient as some cars, and definitely not as efficient as cars that can be made. I don't want to get into that now because that would take the whole show, and it's going to be an avalanche on top of me. But you have to remember that bicycles need an industrial civilization to be built. My own personal view, or at least a little bit of it, is if we're going to keep industrial civilization similar to the type we have, other than go to the air, means of passenger movement, you can have local roads. That wasn't quite clear. I think my smartphone keeps misinterpreting me. We need to go to the air if you're going to keep that kind of industrial civilization. You can get rid of most of the roads. You can have local roads.
Do you want to be in a group meeting? Huh?
What was that? Are you there?
I muted him. It was an accident. Go ahead. Keep going.
Oh, okay. You can have the local roads. They don't have to be made of macadam, but they can be used to get you to your local airport, or the flying taxi can come and pick you up, take you wherever you want to go. Or you go to the local airport, which could exist as a grass strip if one likes those. Planes can be made extremely efficient, and they don't need interstate highways and bridges or long railroads cutting through forests and across the plains. All they need is a small airport. Vertical takeoff and landing taxi type systems, or even private ones, could do the rest of the short lifting. Eliminate the roads, eliminate highway infrastructure. You don't interfere so much with natural areas and forests. I think that is just another dream. I like it, but I know it's just a dream. And it really isn't the way we should go. But how about the depressed collapsitarian? I'm not sure what a depressed collapsitarian is.
I wasn't either.
But a lot of people think that civilization as we know it will collapse, and definitely know the natural world as we think of it, or so many think of it, is collapsed or collapsing. That's obvious. With the population drops of many creatures, tremendous overtaking of the planet by a single species, seems to have no self-regulation. Collapse of civilization is generally inevitable. But to contemplate the collapse of global civilization might be enough to cause mental conflict, so much disturbance of mentality that one does become depressed. I hear people talking about nuclear power plants and their storage being allowed to self-destruct and then causing the ozone layer to be destroyed, thus ending all life on the planet, or ending all life on the planet. I do wonder how alpha and beta particles are going to get to that far up in the atmosphere. I really don't have, I think they have that much range as far as the heating goes. Well, forest fires have more heat and the ozone layer is still there. So what's the mechanism? I never hear the mechanism. Just repeat and repeat and repeat. The world was going to be destroyed. Yes, species have lost habitat, and we know why. Why are we worried about habitat loss for humans? Many of the other organisms on this planet are reduced to near extinction or go extinct. There is nothing to worry about. Humans are going also. We don't worry about extinction. There are no problems after that point. Maybe people are worried about the pain and disruption and chaos that might exist before extinction. Maybe people are just not fit for living anymore. I mean, think of how our ancestors lived. We go out, run around, have lots of fear occasionally. That was mostly okay. We're here. Yeah, it's all very scary. All the animals live exposed when you look at them. When you see those birds, they don't have any non-exposure. The squirrels running around, whatever. Things can get them. Things can happen. Weather changes. I mean, it changes on a short-term basis, much more than we're even talking about with global warming. I mean, just where I live in northwest New Jersey, it's minus 20 to 107 degrees. That's been the range during my lifetime. Normally, it doesn't get quite that cold or quite that hot, but it can. And yet, animals seem to find ways to survive that. I mean, look at birds, they fly. Things can evade. Things can hide. Insects hide. How do insects live through the winter? But they do. Most people don't realize, but ants can live like 6 years. Dragonflies, 5 years. Most of it underwater. Can you imagine that? Things change for them dramatically. Imagine actually living in one total environment and then changing during your lifetime to another. Are you really worried about these creatures? I think they're a lot more resilient than we believe. I mean, dragonflies, birds, have been around for how long? At least certain variations of them, and there's always variations. Okay, then has collapse become some kind of a religion? Is the lack of perspective of the depth of history? When I see trees and plants and animals that all seem resilient, yeah, they get killed. They might only have 60% each year while they're in their first couple of years. And then after that, they're adults and they seem to get along quite well. Well, people aren't used to that now. It used to sort of happen to us. Our children died early, below 5. But just go look at an area that's been left alone. Watch it. Pretty soon things grow in it. Even when
Where? Where is that?
What?
Where is that?
Where volcanoes take over. Hawaii. I've wandered around those volcanic fields and things are growing back up in them. I can't hear you anymore, Sandy.
Okay. Do you have a timeline on your beautiful words?
Oh, I could go on forever. I'm an old
Well,
guy.
we're not letting you.
Okay, that's good. That's
No,
good. Yeah,
but
time
it's
later I
no,
can come
no.
back
I'm
to
not. I don't want you to. I just don't want to be rude. I know that there's probably others that want to talk, but you're going to come on with me on another show. And I want to tell everybody that you send me beautiful pictures of flowers and your gardens. So I just want everybody to know that Mr. Rollinswitch will be on with me on another show. We have talked about this before. So you're getting just a taste of it. Thank you. Now, I think somebody else wanted to come in, and I want to try to unmute. Wait a minute. I muted this guest, and now I can't unmute this guest. I can't unmute you. Hang on. Can you come back in, fat boy? For some reason, I can't unmute you. Let's see. I can't unmute you. All right, he's got to come back in. Who else would like to join us? Hans is here, and I'm going to bring Hans in. Hello, Hans. Welcome to Environmental Coffee House.
Hi.
Hi, it is wonderful to see you. Everybody, what a treat. What a treat. So what is your reaction, Hans? Everybody knows you, and we're very happy to have you. We'll give you a little applause. Hello, Hans. Wonderful. You can smile a little bit. Yes, it's a serious show. All right. Take it away, Hans.
Yeah, I don't like labels.
Me neither. Go for it.
Because I think we're all different and we change all the time. So if you put a label on one, it just makes us apart.
That makes sense. It does. Labels do.
Yeah, they have used it in Rwanda. They call them cockroaches, and then they can chop their heads off. And they use it in Russia. They call the Ukrainians Nazis, and they can chop their heads off. And I don't know the reason why people are shooting everybody else in United States, but maybe it's the guns, or maybe they just don't like them. I think USA is in a very dangerous time because they have to come together. The world needs a United States. And if you can't come together, it's going to be over for all of you very soon, very soon.
So you see collapse in
Because,
a geopolitical way.
sorry?
You see collapse in a geopolitical way.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I joined this channel because I think female qualities, it's a lack of female qualities in the world and in the construction of societies. But no, when I see the audience, it's always men in the 60s with beards. I don't know why. Maybe because
It's not all men in their 60s with beards. But, I mean, yeah, we know our demographic,
Okay.
but some men in their 60s with
Okay.
beards.
Yeah.
Jim says, wait a minute. He goes,
Okay.
I disagree, Hans. USA is safe. Wait a second. Oh, gotta tighten that bulletproof vest. Jim's, superimposing a little
Yeah.
humor here.
Duck and cover.
Duck and cover. Yeah, really. Oh, my gosh. You okay, honey? We're happy to have you here. Cough away. We're just
Yeah.
glad you're here. No, we're seriously happy you're here. Let's see. Gary's asking how many
Yeah,
people here are under 40.
don't know.
What, hon?
Yeah, I don't know how, if Rich Diana can see me, but he, whatever, blocked
He
me
is
a
a man.
long time ago. So,
Okay,
okay,
Rich,
can he see me
unblock.
now?
Unblock him. Rich Diana, unblock Hans.
Yeah,
We all are friends on this channel.
I can.
Absolutely.
I can only read the replies on the comments.
Well, I'll see if he says it,
It's
but
kind of
this is so cool. I'm actually really. Oh, listen, really quickly, I just want to read Fat Boy. He's going off to dinner. Let me say that anyone can be an honest witness and have compassion for all suffering without blame. Maybe catch you near to the end. Oops. That was Fat Boy, and that's a good friend of me, you know. So, we'll see you later, sweetheart. Yeah. See, I've turned the page, I guess, in age myself because I call everybody sweetheart and honey, and it's not other than just an endearing term. And I sound like my grandmother. My God. So Hans, actually, you're pretty serious, and yeah, yeah. Okay, let's see. Humpty Dumpty tribe. Men in their 60s with beards. What a surprise. Have I blocked Hans? Well, I hope not. I hope not. All right.
no,
So
no. But
let's see.
I've been rude. I've been rude to that skeleton a lot. So in my comments, I don't know, but
Well, you don't
I
pull
have
any
been rude.
punches. You don't pull any
I
punches. You
called
never do.
I called him a lot of bad stuff. I'm sorry.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, he says that he says Rich Diana says he never blocked you on purpose and can't figure out how to unblock. I'm still Hans free. He I will help you another time how to figure out how to do that. All right? I will. I will. And Lorax tribe is saying I'm enjoying Hans. Nice to meet you. This is beautiful. But you know what? I want Lisa to come back because Lisa is a female and I want to hear she's newer to the channel and I really do want to hear her take to this whole comment on labels and depressed collapsitarian doomers, preppers, all that and what was said. So Lisa, would you like to come back now? And if I have to kick one of you off, I'm going to kick you off Rollinswitch in case I can't handle all of it. All right? All right. No, oh, Hans went off voluntarily. I didn't even ask him to. Lisa, come back. If you can come back, it would be good to have Lisa back. All right. And T-Bone, if you want to come on. All right. I think Lisa is here. Okay, lovely Lisa. Hi, lovely Lisa. This is the lovely Lisa. And she is the newest. I know she's one of our newest. Okay, Lisa, we would
I,
like to hear from you.
um, I don't like labels at all. I mean, people are, especially on this topic, gonna react differently. And you've got the stages of grief with the planet dying. One day I might be sad, one day I might be happy, and one day I might be anxious. And that's just the human experience, regardless of if the planet's dying, we were going to die anyways. I mean, we always knew that. I mean, not that that kind of seems like a fairy tale to us too until we're there on our deathbed. Um,
Oh, I
but
wasn't.
no,
I met you.
oh no, I don't like labels. I just don't. Or I'd be a lot of things I wouldn't want to tell everybody because people have called me a lot of things.
Yeah, they've called me a lot of things too. Yeah, in my life. But there's a lot of people, labels. I struggle with labels also. I do because, when I was starting this channel, I didn't even know what the fuck a doomer was
Right.
and then of course it was Sam who opened me up to what that was. And then I interviewed Guy McPherson and I interviewed, other, a lot of other scientists. And I realized, okay, there is that this title, this doomer, and and I never, we would joke about it, but yet I never felt 100% comfortable as far as saying I can't not do things, local action and whatever. I mean, I'm busy all the time, constantly. And so I don't know, So I thought I can't really name myself. Back in the day, what was it? Biker, I've always been businesswoman, bitch.
Me too, bitch. Artist. Well, my problem is I'm
Artist,
an
you're an artist.
artist, and well, somewhat of an artist, and I never kind of ever got into capitalism. I was like, why am I driving myself crazy to get ready for work, to run to get that dollar, and run here and run there, and I was just like flipping out all the time. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. So I live, a very not even modest, impoverished lifestyle, but I've got more than anybody ever could dream of having, really. I'm just so really very rich for being indigent.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, a lot of us did not end up where we thought we would be at a
I did that a
certain
long
age.
time ago. I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't get into all the competition and the backstabbing in the business world, and it was just like I just couldn't handle this shit. So that's
I
why I don't
understand it.
like labels.
That's
Um,
perfectly fine.
in this situation or any situation, because like, and everybody changes. I tomorrow I might wake up a complete mess, or extremely happy, or who knows, you know
I
or
like
Martian.
this one. Listen, Channel Warhorse. Horse. Hans kind of said it. Listening to women, the men destroyed the world over women. You're all crazy. You're all crazy. Okay, listen, I have to do this. Men, I love you, men, but tonight the men will get the Environmental Coffee House flush of the day. All right.
Ken, Ken always says women need to run the world.
Yeah, right. I know. I
But
know.
it's too late now.
And Tanya Qualley, my wonderful friend who's been to my home, wife of Jim. Tanya, it's a reductionist viewpoint to try to figure out complex humans. We tend to generalize, to simplify, um, but it doesn't do us justice. Yeah, lovely. So, Sat, Humpty Dumpty tribe cannot come live because this person is technologically not proficient. And if Sam from Collapse Chronicles wants to call, I will put the phone next to the uh, microphone. Um, there are others that I would love to hear from. If there's, are there? Yes, Lisa.
Oh, I'll just bug out so you can
No,
let
don't bug
somebody
out
else.
yet. We're not done. We're not done with you.
I'm fighting with fruit flies, so I'm already
Oh
bugged out.
no. Sat 12, my inspiration for the show. Humpty Dumpty Tribe, get your ass in there and tell us if a doomer can simultaneously be an environmental activist. We already know what he's going to say. He's going to say no. Well, he's going to say no, but come on, join up. The link is in there. Don't be ashamed. You can be in here with us, guys. Hello, Evan Wells. Um, I know there's some talk about. Tanya, nice to meet you. Tanya says Lisa. Okay. Jennifer was going to try, but she is busy working. Lisa, cure for fruit. Oh, fruit flies. You were talking about that earlier. All right. So,
If I
Sat,
put sweet wine out, I'm gonna drink it.
my mentor for the show is wanting a proud doomer. Any proud doomers that are going to join, hardcore proud doomers that call themselves doomers, want to join the show. Come on, come on, come on. I have a feeling we don't have too many, really hardcore doomers that label themselves. Because after this show, I think labeling is going to be something that we're going to put on the wayside. I liked a comment by BB, and I'm going to find it. It was really good. Yeah, here we go. I don't like anything that others people. That's what labels do, to make you think we're different from each other and we have more in
Right.
common, except for the people that follow QAnon. Sorry. That's a different beast. I have nothing in common with QAnon people. But some might say I do because I'm in this genre. You know? Some might say I do. All right. Uh Come on, guys. All of you are so shy. Lorax tribe, call in. That's what Dee Dee says. Even if it looks crappy, we could try. We could always try. That's what the show is about. You guys, we're going on an hour. I mean, this was an amazing, amazing comment, and nobody's even wanted to talk about preppers yet. And all right, I'll talk a little about prepper. I am not a hardcore prepper that collects guns and bullets and all. But all right, listen, Rollinswitch, I am going to take you off the screen, my friend, and we loved having you, and we're going to bring Mark in. Lisa, you could stay. We're going to bring Mark in, and I'm gonna X him out. Sorry, Rollinswitch, but time for you to go because we're going to bring Mark in. And hello, Mark. All right, let me fix your picture, and we'll see if we can hear you. And I'll zoom. Okay. Hi, Mark. How are you? Mark from the West Coast. Mark.
I'm doing really well.
Good.
Having a little bit of gin and orange juice. And anyway, it's a good topic you have tonight. I'm with Lisa. I don't think much about labels. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. We don't, or cameras or microphones.
Hi, is this any better?
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that looks good. All right, sweetheart. Now, sweetheart. See, I can't help myself. I am my grandmother. Everybody's a sweetheart. Unless
You're
really
a sweetheart,
not.
Sandy.
Well, I don't call the soon-to-be ex a sweetheart. Lisa, you okay? All right. Boom, boom. All right, guys. Mark, talk.
Hi, are you there?
Turn. Yes, your turn. We can see you. Can we hear you? Can you hear us, Marky? Yes, Dee Dee, yes, I am my grandmother. Oh, my God, I'm cringing. He's going to come out and come back in. All right, Lisa, if you want to continue your stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness. We would love it.
Well, shit, I would have gotten drunk if I knew that.
No.
I know.
Coffee's, that's my, Jennifer and I drank beer, I think once, or wine or something on the show, and nobody liked it. And I don't drink. I barely drink, so everybody hated it. So we're a kind of a teetotaling channel. Hello, Mark.
Am I here now?
Yeah,
my
you're
connection
here.
isn't very good.
Well, you look all right for now, so let's get you talking before something fucks up again. So let's go.
Okay.
Talk.
I'm with Lisa about putting labels on people. I'm a doomer and I am an activist, and I don't see any contradiction between the two. I work with Extinction Rebellion out here in Eugene, Oregon, and yet for the last 3 years, I have completely decided that at least human society as we know it is basically completely fucked. So I guess that's the point of view I want to express.
Okay, well then you're kind of a hardcore doomer who does philanthropic type of volunteer wonderful work for your local community.
Yeah, I feed the homeless and poor people out here.
That's true.
I think it's one. Yeah, he is. He's really fucking cool. And yes, he is. Oh, the Pink Barrio is in our audience. He has a YouTube channel, and Pink Barrio was in my video. In fact, in that video that you had to watch, he was the last voice. Ah. So tell me, if you were to let me find that other. I want to pull up the second page. Because you are feeding people. Are
Well, I'm
people
not sure if you can hear me or not.
I can
This
hear
is
you.
my first time live on the internet.
Sounds good.
Maybe next time I'll start playing my guitar. Watch
Oh,
out.
that would be great. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Mark? No.
Uh-oh.
Hi, vegan. This is another girlfriend. Mark, you can't hear us, can you? All right. Well, bye, Mark. Let's see if somebody else will come on. Hey, unapologetic vegan, you want to come on?
Come on in.
Oh, boy. Mark. Mark can't hear us. Mark. Mark. I'm kicking Mark out. All right. All right. Let's bring somebody else. Come on, somebody else. Let's go. Hi,
on,
Evil
come on.
Yoda. Here's Evil Yoda. He's a wonderful friend. He's also. All right. Let's see who's coming in. All right. Wait. Somebody's here. Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Chris. Hi.
How are you?
Good. Welcome from Canada, sweetheart. Sweetheart. Oh my God.
Lucky you.
I can't help myself. Hi.
So this is the
Okay.
first time I've ever been on a chat. So I hope my audio and my video is okay.
It's
The video's
fabulous.
great.
Yeah.
So Sandy, I got my start by watching Guy McPherson, and I've become a little disillusioned with him. And as you know, I'm a regular viewer of your channel. Despite all the pessimism of our plight, I find you very reassuring in all the gloom and doom that we're all collectively
Oh.
experiencing.
Wow.
So thank you. Yeah, and you know what? I
Okay.
mean, the great thing about your show is that I can listen, I can roam around the kitchen, I can clean the countertops, and
You come back. I'm still
I'm
talking.
but I think we're all attuned to your message, and we really do appreciate all your due diligence and an enormous amount of work that you do. Collating all the information, it saves us a lot of time. So we really do appreciate your endeavors.
And Jennifer on Sunday
Oh,
nights.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Jennifer, yeah, yeah. No,
And
that's
the guys, Nicholas
my
and
favorite part of the
Antonio.
week is the Sunday show.
Yeah,
Yes.
everybody's is. It is great. It's a definite, definite. Oh, Sat 12, you're funny. I like this Sat 12. Doomed diligence. I have doomed diligence. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Christopher, it was really nice having you here. Do you have anything else besides, complimenting me is fine, but that's really not the show. So let's talk,
Oh,
let's get into some meat here about
sure.
possibly labels or depressed collapsitarian or depressed collapsitarianism. Ooh, ooh. Doomerism,
Yeah,
all of it. The
yeah,
labels.
yeah. I drive a wine tour limousine here in Prince Edward County. We're the wine region of Eastern Ontario. So I meet a lot of millennials. I meet a lot of older people, and I have to say that the consensus amongst most people who are educated and have some idea of the state of the planet, for the most part, all agree that yeah, we're at the end here, and people know that.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
there's a lot of denial, and the worst denial though is the corporate denial. I think individually, most people understand what the consequences are, and for the most part, accept that there's very little, if anything, that we can do. The law of physics is the law, and there's really no way
Yeah.
of getting out of that dichotomy.
Very true.
So, but
And I
yeah, so
yeah.
so and the other thing too is being in an agricultural region, I get to meet a lot of the wine growers, the farmers, and they all more or less agree that the climate is changing quite dramatically, and it's almost week by week for them now. They don't think in terms of the next season. They think in terms of the next rain that they're going to get, and that's so short. The short termism is what I think that we're all living through right now.
Chris, do you have any grandchildren?
No, not yet. I don't, and I'm not sure that I'm going to be blessed. But if I am, I don't know that it's fair.
And I'm assuming you have, like me, I have a 33-year-old. I think about her all the time. Lisa, you have a kid, one or
Mm-hmm.
two?
Well, no, just
Yeah,
one.
one like me. And how about you,
Right.
Chris?
Yeah, I have a son. He's 28,
Okay.
and but he is definitely he doesn't like to talk about it. He acknowledges that basically we're on a doomed ship, and that there's really not much we can do to change course. So he just accepts it. And so we used to talk about it quite a bit, but we do not talk about it anymore.
Oh.
It's almost redundant because he knows as much as I do.
It's about the same with my daughter, but she will not talk about anything with me. I mean, literally, like the last time I was with her, she said, Mom, nothing about my life is your business. So it's okay,
Yeah.
fine. Fine, be that way. God.
Yeah.
Least,
Well,
least.
I worked in science publishing all my life, so I
Oh,
I, I dealt with climatologists, biologists, physicists, and so I spent my life in academia, dealing with people and that's their job, right?
mm-hmm.
And so I remember selling a climate book called Past and Future by Professor Rudiman I think from the University of Pennsylvania. And I remember when I first started selling the first edition of that book back in, I think it was early 2000s. I when I knocked on a professor's office door and went in and showed them my Bible with, the outline of the book and what it was about. I remember a lot. I would say probably about 50% of the professors I spoke to when that book first came out, they laughed. Um, but I think the book's in its third or fourth edition right
Wow.
now,
Okay.
and people or professors don't laugh anymore.
Mm.
It's very much a topic on their minds, and you can be sure that students are asking a lot of questions as well. So yeah,
They were
it's a
not when
real
I was in higher ed. They were not yet.
Mm-mm.
We were still dealing with the Great Lakes and the pollution issues and the ecological problems, which I guess would be called ecocide.
yeah. Oh yeah, the nitrogen or the phosphate in Lake Erie. Remember that?
Yes. Yeah, I worked.
Uh,
I worked a long time ago with the toxicology and chemistry people who were measuring all kinds of different compounds in Lake Erie at the Great Lakes
yeah,
Center. Yeah.
They're
yeah.
still
Back.
spraying that stuff all over.
What,
The Great
Lisa?
Lakes Institute at the University of Windsor was very involved. I don't know if they still have funding for that program or not, but
Well, we
they did
did
a
work
lot
with
of
them.
fabulous.
Yeah, we
Oh,
did
you
work
did?
with
Okay.
them. Yeah, Great Lakes Center in Buffalo. That was right on, and we had a the Great Lakes Center was right on the water. It was really cool. Yeah.
Hmm.
Lisa, let me give you
Yeah,
your turn because she's been holding
like
that finger up for a while.
yeah. I really, I wanted to express that as a vegetarian, and I would imagine many of you are. And hopefully I'm not offending anybody. And if I am, oh well, I'm so sorry. But I really can't sleep at night to think sometimes of all the millions of sentient beings that are no different than us. They just don't write papers and they don't speak. Like many animals can't speak because they're not, their mouths aren't formed. What they weren't taught, with education. And they're born in captivity in CAFOs, force fed, slaughtered cruelly, like with migrant workers, some with no education, some with no empathy, some that are just assholes, and abuse these animals, and it just drives me nuts. And I'm glad. I'm just glad. I that's where I find justice in what's happening here. It's like we can't fuck around and just mess everything up and expect it not to come back.
Lisa, down the road from me is a huge barn, and it's on another Amish neighbor that I don't know very well. It's on their property, and I found out recently that it was veal cows in there, and I go by and I can't avoid it, and it just makes me sick. But that's not my Amish guy that helps me. But
It's
it,
good.
it, it just makes me sick. I really get it. I do. I'm so sorry that we have to be this way. I do
We
have a,
don't have to be this way, though.
but
Sorry.
we have to be this way because nobody's changing in the in the factory farming. We have to be
No,
this way because they're not changing.
but people
Nothing's
think that
changing there.
a lot of people think, my own daughter thinks that you have to eat meat. That
Oh
is
no.
food.
Right, right, right. I
And
hear
really,
you.
all the grain goes to the animals, and then they torture the animals and kill them, and then
I
and
know.
you're getting all this fat and cholesterol. You guys all know. So that's my rant.
Yeah.
All right, Sat 12, who is the guest of honor? When you get a chance, please ask Chris, is environmental activism a waste of time? Chris, what do you think?
Uh, uh, oh, I've done it. It's very rewarding. Um, but I think I've done my share. I fought a cement plant in Oakville, Ontario, and I learned a lot about the cement manufacturing process and how dirty it is, how carbon intensive it is as well. Uh, and you know what? I'm getting towards the end of my life here, and I will do my small part to make things better. But as far as being very involved, I think maybe not. Um,
So it's a waste of time
but
overall, but overarching,
oh
is activism a
oh
waste
no,
of
no,
time?
no. But I will lend help to people that want to really do their part, and I actually am doing that right now.
Oh, yeah.
But as far as being publicly involved, being in the press, endless meetings and all that, I'm kind of done. Sad to say.
Yeah. Thank you. Rick is here. Over a dozen food processing plants were destroyed by fire. 3 hog processors are shutting down. Well, I don't know. So maybe, I mean, the fire caused it, but I forgot where you were, Rick. You have to tell us. Thank you, Chris, for that answer.
Thank,
I hope that
thank you.
that helped the guest of honor Sat 12, whoever you are. I'm trying, it's going to kill me not knowing. And I'm sure it's who I think it is. But,
I
oh
know
well.
who it is.
You do?
I
Okay.
think so.
I thought it was Bad Empanada, my friend from Argentina, my newfound historian. Bad Empanada, he's an amazing historian. If you check out his channel, oh my God. Oh my God. But anyway, okay, thanks, Earl. Earl says, damn it, now I want a cheeseburger and fries. You knew there had to be somebody in the audience that would do that, but let me see what I've got. Let's see. Gary had said earlier, I feel collapse is imminent. We need to build a new and better society. That's what Gary's working on, if that's possible, and that's what Gary's doing. However, Bela comes back, and I'm looking for the. Okay, I know there was a discussion on the nuclear issue. Evan Wells. And I don't know what Evan said, but Evan said you're neglecting the 4,000 tons of spent nuclear fuel that has never been sequestered and needs constant grid power to keep it from burning unquenchably. So that's another issue. Where do these people are called the eco-modernists that are into the nuclear energy, and that will be part of the solution. And I know that Bela has totally disavowed that one, and we had, and then Evan then came back and said, do you think that a nuclear winter is preferable to anything else? Because if a few survive, it would stop warming and degrow at the same time. That's hairy. What do you think about it? I'll let both of you answer that one. What do you think of that one?
Has
Oh,
anybody ever seen the documentary on the Chernobyl?
oh
The
yeah.
melting debt. Yeah, it ain't the way I want to go out. Sorry.
Well, I guess
Hmm.
Evan's saying that would be a way to go, and
No.
and that would be, it would stop the warming and degrowth would just happen.
Yeah, but it would kill off so many other sentient beings, that
It
the
would.
bunnies and the deer and
Well, they're gonna
whatever's
go
left.
somehow.
Not there's not that many species left, obviously,
So the
but
nuclear question, though, it is a big question, and that's I don't know if we're equipped to deal with that on this particular show, but it is very, very sentient to the discussion. Absolutely. Oh wait, Jen said it would not stop the warming, so it wouldn't stop the warming. That must be the physics of it. Yeah, that's another show. We have to bring a nuclear person on. Anybody else want to show up on the screen? Anybody else have the cojones to do it?
I'm just a shy artist and I came out here. Come
I
on.
know. I thought Bela, you
Oh,
were going to join us, my wonderful friend. He knows.
that, oh, Sandy, there was an announcement. I think it was today or yesterday. The Canadian government is going to start building these small portable nuclear reactors. Um, and
Oh.
they see that as a way of helping to diminish more polluting aspects. I don't know. I don't know how feasible it is, but they definitely did make an official announcement about it. So I, I guess
Has
the size of a trailer or something.
has anything changed with the disposal of waste, and are they having to be near water or be water intensive? And then who's going to shut down
Oh,
the reactors? So many questions
that's a
around
good
this one.
question. Yeah, yeah,
What
you need
it's a whole
a good
show.
nuke. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be a great show.
All right. I've been wanting to
Okay.
work on this for years, having, and I have Carl Paul who is the eco-modernist. He does the podcast. He is definitely pro-nuclear power, so I think I'm going to set up a debate. I think everybody would like that between the pro and the con.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. How about you, Pete
Cool.
Barrio? You want to come on? It doesn't seem like, well, not everybody's ready, but all right. Well, somebody's here. He's here. He's here. He's here. Bela is here. I have to cut somebody else off. So I'm going to
Okay.
take
Good night.
Good night, Chris. Thank you. All right.
Bye, Chris.
Hi. Bela. Hello, darling.
Hi.
Hi. It says Osama, but we all know who you are. The man of many names.
Hi, folks.
Hi. Oh my goodness. And this is wonderful. And then is there another guest in the green room? No, you're
Can
here.
I cry on camera?
Oh, honey, you can cry on camera. You can cry on my shoulder. You can cry anywhere you want.
Oh.
What would you like?
Oh wait,
You're on.
I might need headphones. Hang on.
It sounds pretty good right now. It really
You
does.
sound good.
Oh, you can't hear us? His
No,
former
I can
name.
hear you. I thought we were getting an echo.
This is Bela, formerly known as Osama No. 5. He's got
Oh
many
wait,
names.
I just gotta stop the stream. That's the thing.
All right.
That's what I did,
You
too.
stop. You have to stop it so you don't hear a double. Yeah. Yep. You don't want to hear double. And I know that you and I had definitely, I had sent you information on the nuclear issue, and Dennis Higgins, who's a scientist in New York, who is now complaining because Indian Point, which was powered New York City partially, has been shut down, and now New York City is primarily run on fossil fuels. I don't know how much of all the windmills and solar farms they're building all over the rural part of here, but take it away.
Let me tell you, Indian Point, while it's shut down, it still needs to be cooled. There's still all of the fuel that they've put through that reactor sitting there, needing grid power to cool it, and it's a ecological nightmare, as is all of the 450 nuclear plants that still have all of their fuel from 50, 60 years ago. You shut down a nuclear plant, all that does is stop it from making money. So now it's the responsibility of the taxpayer to clean it up. But it's not going to be cleaned up because it takes 40 years to clean it up, but there's nowhere to put the waste.
No,
As an engineer,
they can't even clean up
I
here.
think maybe perhaps a space elevator, which would take a lot of R&D to get to work, but you can't just put it on a rocket. There's nowhere on Earth you can put it to keep it out of the environment. And it's reliant on the grid. So, all these people who think, there's all these solutions, somebody even went as far as to suggest a nuclear winter would be a good solution. Well, with 400,000 tons of nuclear waste and a nuclear winter, meaning a nuclear war or exploding nuclear bombs, people are not going to show up for their jobs, and the power grid is not going to continue to cool these wastes. So,
You make all good points. Can you tell us what the difference is between fission and fusion?
Yeah, fission is where you take uranium-235 or plutonium and you bombard them with neutrons in a reactor, and they split apart into thousands, well, over 1,000 artificial radionuclides while releasing heat. And then those nuclides continue to release heat for thousands or millions of years. So nuclear fission is where you fuse two atoms of hydrogen to form helium. and it's a pollution-free product.
Oh.
You know, I mean, you basically you put in deuterium and you get out helium and a lot of energy. Of course, it takes place at a very high temperature, so it's very hard to contain. There's been work on magnetic containment, and it is, you know, there has been progress on that. But even if we had that unlimited clean energy, what would we do with it?
Yeah, we'd be growing business as usual.
I mean, we've already
Right.
had fusion power. We've we've used it for weapons. We've
Yeah,
got,
there you go.
I mean, so, Tim Garrett famously said, industrial civilization is a heat engine no matter how you power it. So if the ETs came and said, here's this box, it'll power your planet, no pollution, it'll clean up all the CO2, and we'll have enough energy to do anything we want. What are we going to do with it?
And I know that, this got started by the bad Empanada clip that I played, and he had said that we could basically continue or clean up with nuclear and renewable, but he knows it's not going to happen. And that's where we got started on, well, should nuclear be included in the mix? Should anything? That's, I guess, another doomer question. What should
I
be in
have.
the mix?
Can I
Well, I
ask?
mean,
Lisa, ask.
Go,
Wait,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Hi,
I
Lisa.
just hi. I didn't know if anybody knows this because I'm not a scientist. Is there any research into how any kind of chemists or nuclear research into disabling the uranium rods, like neutralizing them, so to speak?
Great question.
Um, People claim that thorium reactors can burn nuclear isotopes and make them inert, but I haven't seen any evidence of that.
So we're obviously not there yet. Evan has a question about anyone suggesting the best resources might be about all things nuclear, energy fusion, fission, waste disposal, and drawbacks. If there is, our email address is environmentalcoffeehouse@gmail.com. And email me something. Evan, I will try to get the answers, and I'm going to try to have that show
By the
with the
way, I'm a
both of
proud
us.
doomer. I posted a rainbow,
Oh,
if
you're a
anyone
proud
noticed.
doomer. We
But
gotta give you the applause.
but
Yay!
that does not mean that I'm opposed to solutions. I am actively seeking solutions. It's just that we've dug ourselves in pretty deep. And, I mean, even if we were to have an infinite energy source and somehow find the conscience to not use it as a weapon and use it to clean up the environment, I don't think we have enough time.
That
Exactly.
is a. Yeah. Go ahead, Lisa.
And what do you do with all these people on the planet?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
that's the other thing: efficiency and the overburden of 8 billion people on the planet. Now, somebody should call me a vasectomies definitely should be mandatory, my friend. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
I
I
did my
really,
female version.
I really don't, you know, I don't want to be called a eugenicist. I
No,
volunteered
none
to
of
go
us are.
first.
None of us are
I'm
eugenicists. And anybody that wants to say that or put that in, just get off my channel. We are not eugenicists at all. We're looking for ways to have women empower themselves so they don't have to have so many children, which is usually based on religious issues. So okay, I said that.
I agree. 40
And
years
men
ago.
tend to be more aggressive, and oh, I'll kick your ass. I want, I'll get this and I'll get that and I'll go invade this place or whatever. That's kind of why females would have been better suited to run the world 60 years ago, before we got, at least 60 years ago, before we got where we are now.
Hi, Jan Morgan. Plutonium-239 has a
Hey, Dan.
half-life of 24,000 years. High-level wastes are hazardous because they produce fatal radiation doses during short periods of direct exposure. Frightening.
Then there was the study that was done by the Jason Group at the Pentagon. Um, you can look up Mark Austin on Guy McPherson's blog. He was part of that project.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind
I
of
know.
classified, but basically they found that if the radiation that is stored at these power plants is released to the atmosphere through burning, which it does on its own as soon as like people stop feeding it power and tending it, it would destroy the rest of the stratospheric ozone, and then the solar wind would be free to blow the atmosphere off the Earth, and it would wind up as Mars with no recovery ever. There would never be life on Earth again.
The major question is, would Elon Musk be there?
Elon Musk, I don't give a shit where the fuck he is, because he's a fucking bag asshole.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
So I have another question.
I finally smiled.
Yeah, there we go. He smiled. Yeah, I want to tickle you, but okay. Lisa, go ahead.
Yeah, so water cools a lot of these nuclear power plants, correct? And
yes.
So with the waters warming, isn't that going to...
It has already been a problem.
Okay.
They've had to throttle nuclear power plants because the water was too hot to cool them. And water is getting pretty scarce.
Just press people further.
Well, I mean, they can take it.
No, see, that's a label. There we go. No more depressed. Just active action. Enjoy life, do the thing, but let's forget that label.
Oh, we went to a concert last night. We're not depressed, but yeah,
good.
It was great.
All right.
But no, yeah.
We've got another.
You guys bring me great joy. I've been a pissant tonight and really pissy, and I'm sorry to anyone who I freaking took it out on, because there's a lot of shit going on personally. There's a lot of shit going on. I haven't been taking good care of myself. And
come visit. Come visit. Mama
I'll be
will
up
take
there.
Care of you.
I'll be up in New York
by
the weekend, so I'll get in touch. I'll be on Long Island.
Yeah, I know, but that means you can at least, you're a little bit closer to us. You can. All right.
Yeah.
Listen, let's move on to this one. I know I would love you to come for a few days. Jim said, I want you. This is Jim McHenry. Several experts told CNN that it's owed in large part to strong performances from wind and solar, which generated 27 gigawatts of electricity during Sunday's peak demand, close to 40% of the total. I don't remember exactly what he was saying that of. Is that, Jim, if you're still here, was that in relationship to something that might be actually happening and working, as long as we just don't talk about the kids in the Congo that are doing all the mining?
I can answer that.
Okay, answer it, and then let's see if Jim should still be here. Go ahead.
It's 40% of electricity, which is 20% of the energy that we use. So it's basically 4% of the energy was delivered by renewables.
Teeny weeny so far. So of course it's not anywhere near anything that we would need.
It's
to have
not even 5%.
Right. Okay.
Well, so if we have leaders like our current president Joe Biden can't go out there and say, okay, everybody, park your cars and get rid of your vacation home. And that's the law because we're not a democracy. So that's just another problem to pass it
That's
here.
another problem. But even if it were the case that he could do that, it's too late.
Right.
You know, I mean, the system is already feeding back on itself. We could cut off all inputs to the global warming gases and to heating the planet tomorrow, and for 1,000 years we'd continue to heat.
Here's
especially if we lose the
sorry.
atmospheric aerosols.
Oh, that's a scary one. That's a whole nother goddamn rabbit holes we're going down tonight. All right. Environmental Coffee House, please ask. And this is, again, SAT 12. You rascal, you SAT 12. Please ask Osama what he thinks of the thorium molten salt reactor.
We should have started with that.
What, 40 years ago? More?
And yeah, well, 70 years ago or whenever they were using nuclear fission from uranium, enriched uranium. The thorium does not create as many long-lived isotopes, and it's a safer way of doing nuclear power. But as far as burning what we've already produced in isotopes, I've seen no evidence that that's true.
Okay. All right. Void. Hi, Void. Hi, hun. Right. I didn't call him sweetheart. I called him hun. Oh, my God. Right renewables don't put a dent in the growth of energy use. So they don't right now. Do they? Unfortunately, the technophobes want to think, and I have a friend online that I always listen to, and he's very much into talking about how everything's going to change and all, but I can't see, of course, politically how it is. It's just not. All right, let's see here. We are going on an hour and 38, but I knew this was going to be a long show because I'm not going to be on Friday. And I am actually going to a music festival myself, although I'm not staying there. It's not that far from home, so I can come back and forth. And I need to see music. All right, let's see what else.
It was awesome.
I have here. Yeah, Lisa went, so it's my turn. All right, let's see. Oh, infinite energy source, you say. How about feeding 8 bags of mushrooms to a 5-year-old kid and sticking them on a treadmill? There you go. There's an infinite source of energy. Let's put all these fucking kids to work.
My puppy.
Oh, your pup. That's right. Your puppy. Little treadmills. Everybody power your house with little treadmills with kids on sugar or puppies that have a lot of energy. How's that? I like that.
I'm picturing Astro on the treadmill in the cartoon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Rastro!
Lisa has the cutest dog. The cutest dog. All right, let's see.
He's passed out.
Okay, let's see what else. All right, so we've got
the Jetsons.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, that's
mini treadmills powered by squirrels. All right, here's another question for you, Osama. Oh, wait, let me get it up. See, putting sulfur into the atmosphere a last resort remedy consideration for warming, or is he against it? Oh, I can tell you right now. Chemtrails, we are against it, but I will let him answer that.
We've been putting sulfur into the atmosphere since the Industrial Revolution. I mean, you want to put more?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's something that you do. It has a short effect. You have to keep replenishing it. And it's probably not going to have as much effect as what we're doing unintentionally.
Yeah. How about how long does thorium waste last 500 years. Thorium nuclear waste only stays radioactive for 500 years, and we are trying to get rid of it here at the West Valley nuclear dump, not far from my house, and it's been years, and nobody knows what the fuck to do with it. There you go.
I'm real excited, Sandy. I think you know that to hear about the Mears project, and I don't
Yes.
know if you're ever going to have what's his name,
Oh,
Doctor.
Dr. Tao is going to be
Yeah.
on the show. He
Oh,
is. We're
good.
just trying to find the right date. Yes, we are.
He doesn't get very much exposure, and it can
Oh no,
blast some of that
anything we
out
can
there.
do. Yeah, Lisa she likes the mirrors project, and don't you even have mirrors at home now? You're trying to get
I
mirrors to
do.
reflect the sunlight outside. Go
And
ahead.
cool my
I see it.
backyard, and I named my dog Mears.
Mirrors.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
I
Osama.
mean, I think that could buy us some time.
Yeah, we've got to get that
I think it's
one
better than
out.
shooting stuff into the atmosphere.
Absolutely. I agree with you. There we go. Yep. I do. All right, let's see. I'm looking for more things, but Lorax says I'm not certain, but I am 99.95% sure that WASF, but we follow the science, and it sounds like we are certain. And a lot of people would, argue with me about that, because then they would say, well, the science is giving us all this stuff. But again, we go back. We're not labeling anymore. We've already, realized that. We're going, the depressed this or that cannot be cannot be taken seriously as a philosophy or a political position. It's like saying you're a sad socialist or a sad environmentalist. It's just silliness. That's our sat one. That is our sat one. Yeah.
Is your brother Hambone?
Yeah. Sambone. Sambone, are you here? All right. Well, listen. What was the material that Craig Mead said could be put into the atmosphere? Was it sulfur or iron dust? Craig's not with us, so you'll have to go back and watch his show. I don't remember. Honestly, I can't remember sometimes from the day Oh, Dr. Tao has one of the better ideas, in my humble opinion. Not a solution, but possibly a helpful strategy to buy time and make a way for life. And I'll say some life. Yeah.
What I like about his proposed solutions is that it's not capitalist in any way. He's accepting donations and doesn't want to make profits. I just want to help.
I like the global hemp bomb.
Help them.
That would work. I could use a global hemp bomb right now.
We'd go out happy.
Oh, guess what? Sancho Panza's here. Hambo passed out 20 minutes ago, so Sancho's on the computer. Okay. Hi, Sancho. Woof, woof, woof. I don't even have a goddamn dog barking thing. Oh, well. Anyway, this has been yeah, right. This has been a great show, guys. I have really enjoyed this. I'm so glad. Listen, Sat1, whoever you are, Sat12, if you are Bad Empanada, I do love you. Your channel. Even if you're not, you spurred a good show. You got me. I made a video. For God's sakes, when artistic license comes, you take it. You take it. And I took it. I took it.
Yay.
So what else? Oh, wait. Here we go. Oh, I haven't looked into it yet. Another post-doom channel. That's another category. Yeah, that's okay. Michael Dowd and the post-doom and the post-collapse, and there's talk collapse. There's a lot of people. Oh, yes, and Dr. Tao Good. I was looking for more. Yes, we will. René Descartes. We will. We will have more information on that. All right, guys. Well, listen. I love you all.
Love you too. You do such great work, Sandy.
All right. It's
so
not
much
one of those
respect.
nights. We're not doing it. We're not doing
come
it.
on.
It's not, kiss my ass night. Listen, I'll just say, okay, like and subscribe and buy us a fucking coffee. There you go. No, and thank you, Lisa. Thank you, all of
Support.
you, because a lot of you have helped. And again, I will be getting the computer. It's just that it'll sit here and I can't get one yet because I'm too busy doing my gardening. And today I was out there putting cucumbers in and the what are the flowers I was putting in today? The little orange ones to get the bees to-
Nasturtiums.
Marigold?
No, marigolds.
Marigolds.
Marigolds in. Yeah, I got the nasturtiums growing, but yeah. Yeah, I'm working my ass off. Wait, I'm working my ass off and I'm getting those muscles back. Yay!
Yay.
No, we're not going to fangirl.
Stupendous.
No, Melanie, we're not fangirling. I'm just, I'm too modest. I'm just way too modest. Oh my God, everybody knows how modest I am. All right, listen. Thank you. Lightning Rod, you're funny as hell. Lorax Tribe, Void, I'm so glad you came. K-Ryan, Gary, Poppy, Lisa, and Osama. Everybody knows you as Osama. They're all like, Bela is Osama? Holy shit, we didn't know that. Poppy, love you, Poppy. And yeah, hit the like button, my friend, Sat12, who's going to write me. You better write me. I'm going to watch for an email from your ass. And Jim McHenry and Channel Warhorse, everybody. Wolf Heinel, Jackie, Rick, thank you. In the end, it's over. Enjoy the ride. I'm going to end with that. All right. Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you.
And I will not be
Thanks
here
for the
Friday.
opportunity.
Love you.
Thanks a
No
lot,
Friday
Sandy.
show.
Thanks for making me feel better.
Oh, we love
Good.
you. You shouldn't feel bad when you're going to be with us. Hell no.
Took me a while to catch
no.
on tonight.
That's okay. We're all allowed to feel like shit. I do. But I feel like when I feel like shit, it doesn't last long because I got these 7 little boogers that always make me feel better. Yeah. All right, guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Night.
We will see you
Thanks, all.
on Sunday with Jennifer because, again, I am going to party on Friday. All right.
Have a great time.
Oh, I will be. I will.